Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel and welcome to my 2024 journal setup. And as you saw a little bit from that unboxing there, this is again another wonderful notebook from the Notebook Therapy, and I'm so excited to be using this journal this year. It is absolutely stunning. I got this beautiful red wine burgundy color with a velvet cover. Of course, there's always the pocket in the back and always the matching little paper clip that comes with the set as well, and it's so cute and I'm so excited. And there's of course always that elastic to hold the notebook closed as you take it around with you, and of course the beautiful gold foiling to add those cute little dainty little details. It's just so beautiful and I'm so obsessed with it. Again, beautiful soft velvet and the beautiful cute little mushrooms with the little moon and everything. Ugh, I'm so excited about it. And yes, as always, as you open up the notebook, there is always a This Notebook Belongs To page, which is also giving a little bit more information about the journal itself. So it is, again, from the Tsuki line from the Notebook Therapy. I really recommend their products. I think they are very good quality, and I've been using their Tsuki collection for a while now. And again, I talk about Notebook Therapy all the time. I love them. 10 out of 10, do recommend. But let's get into the planning. Now, this setup does have a theme. I wanted to match it to the actual theme of the entire notebook. The first time that I did like a whole theme for the entire journal was last year. For my 2023, I decided to do a media-inspired bullet journal, so inspired by favorite TV shows or music or books or, you know, anything like that. And this year I wanted to do something a little bit similar in terms of having a theme, and I really wanted to tap into a part of myself that I haven't tapped into in a while. So for those of you who don't know, I am a history major, and I've also been doing art since I could hold a pencil, honestly. Am I great at it? That's subjective, but I have a lot of fun doing it, and it is an important part of my life. And I had taken this art history course in my past in one of my universities, and I just really enjoyed it. And of course, in art classes in high school, we always did some projects based on like artists from our history and things like that. And so I decided that this year for 2024, I wanted to do an art history inspired journal. And so, in consequence of that, I decided that my 2024 setup should be inspired off of like an art gallery. And I actually really loved and just admired how this setup kind of turned out. The colors you'll see a little bit later on are like really cool toned and calming, but I just love all the different frames that we're gonna be seeing throughout this journal, and it's just, I don't know, something about it. It was just really beautiful, and all the little squares and the little doodle style of frames. I honestly had this reference from Pinterest that gave me like some ideas of how to do different frames, but at some point I just put it away and just let my brain go wild. At first I was a little bit intimidated of like how I should be doing these frames, because you know, there's like Art Deco ones, there's modern ones, there's like from the 60s, there's all these different like timelines of styles. And I didn't know which one I wanted to stick to. Do I want to do something more like Art Deco, more like pop art, more modern? Like, I didn't know which way I wanted to go. And then I found this one kind of image with like all the different types of styles, and I loved how that looked. And so that's kind of what I did. I have a nice mix of all these different type of frames, and I really love the composition of that left page there. I think it looks really cool, and I think it's a beautiful introduction page. And then here on the right, I'm working on a bigger frame where we're gonna see a quote in just a moment, but we also see this girl sitting on the bench admiring the art piece as well. And that is something I would like to tap more into in the year of 2024, and just spending more time in my local art museum and visiting that, because I haven't been in so incredibly long. And just sit down and see what I can learn from the art pieces that we have there, and of course try and see all the historical themes that I have studied in the past as well. So yeah, this 2024 is going to be art history themed, and I'm so excited. So that means every single month we are going to be focusing on a different artist from all the different types of eras of history, whether it be from the Renaissance to more modern days and like Banksy and stuff like that, or people in my family that have done a lot of art as well that have a few well-known pieces. I can't wait to talk about that a little bit more, and all these different things that we're going to be seeing. So I'm very excited to kind of learn and adapt my art style to recreate the ones of the past, and I think I have a lot to learn from them. In terms of the actual specifics of the journal planning itself, it's very similar to my past one. So I just did an introduction page, and I just worked on just now the grid spacing sheet, and here you see me also referencing a little picture for my picture every month spread. I don't really know how to call it properly, but that's what I've been calling it. So I have that little picture to kind of reference like the size of the pictures that I need, and I decided to do a frame for every single month, again, to really fit into that theme of the art gallery, and I think it's gonna look amazing once it's all filled out. I think I'm very excited for it. I think it's gonna look beautiful, and I did color the frames a little bit later on, but we see that later. But yeah, the layout of my journal is very similar to the past one. I kept it, again, very simple. And then at this point, I forgot what order I had put everything in, so you see me take out my sketchbook to like reference like where I was in my setup, because I do a lot of my bullet journal planning in my sketchbook. So yeah, but this one was specifically the year at a glance page, and previously on the right hand side I had done the birthday spread, but I didn't really use it that much, so I decided to turn it into a year's events page, if that makes sense. So as well as birthdays, I'm also gonna put like things like Christmas and Valentine's Day and any like bigger events that are happening that year, in order to just kind of like keep note of them and things like that. And as I was recording this, at this point, my camera from my phone slowly started to give out and stopped recording. So there is a little bit of a miss of the progress that I made. I ended up starting on my reading tracker, but I go back just a moment to show you guys here the year at a glance page and the yearly events page. But anyways, for the reading tracker, I'm so happy with how it turned out. Again, it's really like that messy gallery wall effect that I was looking for with all the different types of styles, and I went a little bit more simple than I did with like the introduction page, but I think it still looks amazing. And then here on the right hand side, I'm working on just 4 simple frames. Originally, this side of the spread was usually my expense tracker, but I'm doing a whole different notebook for that this year, which I will make a video on because I've moved out and I have a lot more expenses that need a lot more space than just one page in a notebook. So instead, I decided to turn that page into a quote page. So whenever I run across a quote that I really enjoy from one of the books that I decide to read, I'm going to take note of it and write it down and then color the frame accordingly and yada yada yada. But I think that'll be a very fun spread to look back on. And then currently I'm working on my YouTube spread. This has looked pretty much the same for the past couple years. On the left-hand side, I have my content planner, found within a frame, of course. And then on the right-hand side, I decided to get rid of the highlights section just because there's just so many now, and it's hard to keep track of all the ones. So I decided to just keep it as a growth page instead. So every single month, at the end of the month, I'll be writing the growth of the channel. So all the different subscribers and stuff that change over the past few months. And I cannot wait to see where we end up this time next year. I think we're gonna grow a lot this year, and I can't wait to spend it all with you guys. But yeah, again, the setup is very, very simple. And now we start to color everything. Again, I kept it really simple. If I had the more like natural tone set of Tombos of like browns and beiges and stuff like that, I would have definitely done like a nice rich type of vibe with that, with maybe like a little bit of gold accents, but I don't have that set. And I don't have any other like pastel browns. My Corellios are like just too dark for that type of look that I wanted to do. So I decided to go with the next best thing, which is my favorite color. So I decided to do like a light blue, a darker blue, and a mid-tone of a gray, and I think it turned out great regardless. It just really brings like that cool, relaxing tone to everything, and well, I find it relaxing. Blue is my favorite color, so I find it very nice. But I think it just works for what I'm going for. As I go through and color everything, we can definitely see that things are like very simple. I didn't go and put like too many heavy details in the frames and things like that themselves with the coloring. I think I really like that I did that, because once all the spreads are filled out at the end of the year, that'll be the main focus of everything. And the colors are really just to keep things like a little bit like, you know, visually interesting, but then at the end we'll really be able to focus on the colors of the writing of all the spreads when they are filled out. So I think that'll look great. And then here you also see me skip the reading tracker page and the quote page, simply because every frame that is going to be holding the name of a book, I'm going to color according to the cover of that book. So that page will end up being a lot more colorful if I end up reading a lot of books in 2024. Let's hope so. But that's kind of like the style I was going for. But yeah, overall, this setup was a lot less work than the one that I had done last year, which I had done like watercolors with Crayola super tips and everything to like match the golden hour series of the box, and which is a really fun video, which you can definitely go and check out. But I'm also very happy with how this one turned out and the really chill vibes that I want to bring into 2024. And welcome to the final flip through of my new journal for 2024, and I cannot wait to see all the different artists that we're going to be representing this year. I already have like a little list of all the ones that I want to see with you guys and do like basic introduction and little presentation every single month. I think it'll be really, really fun, and see what I can learn from them too. But yeah, thank you guys so much for being here this year, and I really hope that your new year is full of love, happiness, and health for you and your loved ones. And I really do appreciate you being here and watching this video and spending your time with me today. And I can't wait to see what the new year has in store for us. So yeah, I'll see you guys all very, very soon for my January plan with me. Bye guys!